What up, y'all? It's Season Love, SEN, Ayurveda, Suwapi. Welcome to another episode of the Money Healing Monologues. Over here at the Money Healing Monologues, I like to open up a space to speak about the development of Black wealth, health, and excellence. So, join me every single Monday where I like to dissect, reiterate, and reteach some shit that I just think that us as a Black community should speak about. And of course, the point of this is to open up a conversation. So please feel free to comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. If I, conjured up some comments or concerns or questions, definitely 100% comment them down below. I would love to speak to you. This week, we are speaking about the toxic work environment. Now, as you know, and if you don't, I like to go down who, what, where, when, and why format. So we're going to go down the line and we're just going to talk about it. First of all, when we're talking about our work environment, we are talking about the workforce. And the workforce equals capitalism. So we're talking about the setting, the social features, and the physical conditions of your place of work, wherever you go to make your bread in order to live your life. Starting off with the who is the workforce? The workforce is literally all of us. If you've ever worked a 9 to 5, you have been or are a part of the workforce. You are an active member in capitalism. And then bringing me into my what, the question is, what is a toxic environment? Everywhere you go, you're experiencing. What that experience is giving you is negative energy / behavior or antagonistic natures, causes stress, lack of communication, unethical behavior plus action. These are all different indicators of a toxic environment, an experience that's pouring into you in a negative or low vibrational way. Bringing me into my where in our personalities does this toxic environment affect the most? Our happiness. If you didn't know, I'm a real spiritual girl. You know what I'm saying? I be listening to my guides, my ancestors. I believe that the divine is God and God is Mother Nature. She is who has given us this consciousness, this breath of life. We are a reflection of her, just like we are all reflections of each other, experiencing divinity. So when we talk about the energies that we absorb, the energy that we absorb is the energy that we become, which is why the energy that we put out is the energy that we get back. Everything is a cycle. Everything has to die in order for things to be rebirthed. Everything has to go in a continuous cycle, roundabout. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. Life is change. So when we're in these toxic environments and we're absorbing all of this negative energy, this antagonistic nature that is around us, we're submitting to the stress that this environment is giving us. That's us absorbing this energy, and in turn that cripples our happiness. It doesn't leave room to actually enjoy life and experience this human experience, especially when it's a job that you're forced to do, when it's a job that you hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it's a job that you hate, because that is the easiest way to just submit to negative energy, because this capitalistic society has taught us that we all have to work to live. You know what I'm saying? We all have to make money in order to live a sustainable life. Not even a sustainable, comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay for somewhere to live. You have to pay to get food. You have to pay for these basic necessities, which keeps us in a cycle of submitting to environments that do not serve our highest good. And that in turn takes a strike at our personal happiness. Bringing me into my when, I asked, when did this system get corrupted? And I said, this shit has been like this. This actually made me think about the Industrial Revolution. we've been accepting this type of work environment since we, started the workforce. You know what I mean? We've been submitting to terrible work conditions and terrible pay. I feel like we were scared into thinking that we need money in order to live a sustainable life. And us allowing them to instill that fear in our hearts pushed us into this working class kind of society that in modern day looks like this. We've been accepting it for so long, they think it's regular. They think that it's like, okay, well, they're fine with holding up the 1%, in order to get the things that they think that they need. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole, I feel like, crutch of this game that the 1% plays with capitalism is rooted in the fact that people are convinced that there's not enough resources to delegate amongst every single human being on this earth. Because we can all sit here and agree that we all deserve basic necessities. However, we've been convinced that there's not enough for everybody. So you have to make sure that you make enough money in order to really be worthy of that thing. And that in turn tying money to our worth. It's a fucked up vicious cycle that they got us in. True to you. Bringing me into my why. Why is a toxic work environment so important to speak about? I said because we deserve a stress-free work environment plus the choice to not have to work at all. Okay, y'all are going to create a work environment. Fine. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely people on this earth that, are like me, with an entrepreneurial spirit. I want to work. I like working. I love helping people. You know what I'm saying? That's where I find some of my joy. So I like to pursue things. I like to create things. I'm a producer. I like to make things. Then there's the duality of that where there's people that actually don't want to do any of that. They don't want to work. They do not feel like doing anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. Everybody should be able to make that choice. However, the reason that we can't make that choice is because we are forced to work for basic necessities. And that right there is the problem. The real questions that we should be asking is, why is it that people have to work for things that everybody needs? Everybody needs a safe space to live in, a safe and comfortable space to live in. Everybody deserves a bed to sleep in. Everybody deserves to have food and water, easily accessible, no problems, no questions asked. Why? Because we are human. That's the bottom line. That's literally the bottom line. The fact that we are human means that we require, it's not an option. Basic necessities are not an option. And that's what we've been convinced to think, which is why having money tied to our worth is so detrimental to the growth of our community, because it's really not. Shifting our perspective, I feel like, will allow people to really see their job for what it is, which is a space that actually does not care about your growth. They just need you to keep feeding into this and pouring your energy into this business so that they can keep making their money, so that they can uphold and maintain their little fantasy that they're living up there. They don't give a fuck about your dreams, your aspirations, your energy. They don't care about that. They don't care about how you're feeling. They don't care about your happiness. And I just think that it's time for us to start thinking for ourselves and start thinking critically. Deadass. That's just me. That's my opinion. That's what I think. Bringing me into the how. And the how is always a question that is down below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, and in the question box if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Anchor. The question for this week is, how does your job make you feel? And if you don't work a job, how does the workforce in general make you feel? I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. I want to know how it makes you feel. I didn't ask what it does or anything like that. I want to know how it makes you feel energetically, because our energy is the most important thing. On that note, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Money Healing Monologues. I'm really, really grateful to have you guys here listening in. We are on episode 13. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, consistent girl, consistent girl. I love that for me, and I love that for you too. I'm so happy that you take the time to listen to me for whatever reason that you decide to. I'm just grateful that you clicked on this. I hope that you have a beautiful day, a beautiful life, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Mwah. I love you.